Please start recording. Great, thank you so much. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. Rohan will get us started and load the decks here for us to begin the ceremony. So thank you so much for joining us. We're happy to have you on board. Hello, Karen.
Great. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us, especially our special guests who have tuned in to get a better sense for what this program is accomplishing and all of the amazing work that our business owners and students have been doing over the last 5 weeks. Can't wait to hear more about your stories.
Maria, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see it.
Perfect. We can see right now your WhatsApp. Yep, there you go.
See it? Okay, let me put in presentation mode. Let me know, guys, whenever you're ready. I know people are still joining. Okay, awesome. So welcome everyone. Very excited as we move into the final event of this cohort, the program ceremony. So again, warm welcome to all of you. Very excited to have you part of this final ceremony. And before even we dive into the actual ceremony, we have a lot of audience which would need assistance with the Spanish translation. So we have the simultaneous Spanish translation. Camila, do you want to quickly?
I'll jump in. So I'll jump in Spanish quickly. Buenas tardes a todos, bienvenidos a la ceremonia final. Simplemente les queríamos comentar que vamos a estar haciendo una traducción simultánea en el canal de español. Entonces, si ustedes están conectados a través de la computadora, por favor váyanse abajo a mano derecha, apachen o seleccionen la parte que dice Spanish o español y seleccionen el idioma. Ahora, si están en el celular, next slide please, ustedes pueden en el celular desde la aplicación ir a los 3 puntos en la parte de abajo derecha y seleccionar Language Interpretation. Básicamente significa interpretación del idioma y escoger español, y ahí va a estar Camila Torres ayudándonos a hacer la traducción simultánea. Muchas gracias y bienvenidos. Back to you, Rohan.
Thank you, Maria. So with that, very quickly outlining the objectives for today's ceremony. One is to celebrate, obviously, on successful completion of the program. And we want to really appreciate and applaud for all the participants, both the businesses as well as the student consulting teams, as well as all the extended support that we have gone. The other one is we will showcase a video for the feedback and testimonials we have received from you. It's very nice to have your feedback, and we will really want to show that to the extended audience. The other is definitely share and learn. We have some extended audience here, guests who have joined the ceremony. We want to share and learn from each other, at the same time share the insights that we have received from the program. And finally, we definitely want to recognize your efforts, all the key stakeholders who are involved in this program. But those were, in summary, the objectives for today's ceremony. And with that quick overview of the agenda for the ceremony, we would like to introduce to the program to the extended audience here, our guests. Quickly highlight about key things about the program before we dive into the program video, and then go into specific insights in general for the overall program, and then very specific for each of the sector that we took through this 6 weeks journey. And finally, a thank you note to all our sponsors and next steps. But that in general, the overall agenda for today's ceremony. With that, let me pass on the mic to Karen to quickly help us introduce the program again.
Thanks so much, Rohan. And for those of you who don't already know him, that's Rohan Sakpal. He's been the lead consultant at the IXL Center, running the cohort for us. So thank you, Rohan, for all of your. Rohan is, and this is sort of the benefits of an international partner, but Rohan is actually located in Mumbai, India. And he works at very odd hours to make this possible. So we appreciate Rohan very much. We launched this program with the IXL Center because we wanted to provide a way to help businesses, minority-owned businesses specifically, to respond to the COVID crisis. You all have been going through this process for 5 weeks. I really want to invite you to take the open mic parts of today's program and tell us how it went. We really want to hear. The whole point of this ceremony is to hear from you, to hear what your proud of, that you accomplished, the things you're excited about, and maybe the things you're scared of, the ways your teams work together. One of my favorite moments from this cohort was on our webinar about the food business, when Teresa and Cecilia were having a little trash talk about who had the better consulting team. So if you feel that way, this is a great time to let them know it, because they've been working, the MBA students who've been working with you have been working their butts off for 5 weeks. If you haven't let them know it, this is the time to do it, that you really appreciate what they did. If you don't appreciate what they did, you can tell Rohan later. But we were also looking, in addition to create a structured program that had a digitally enabled planning process, so that we have the capability to scale the approach we're using here. And it's a very strategic business planning process that has a heavy safety component up front because of COVID. But then it's really about looking at how do we respond safely and strategically to COVID-19, because the world has changed around us and every business needs to respond to that. We have been trying to use the accelerator as a laboratory to better understand the challenges that small businesses are facing, and particularly owners of color. We do have some businesses that may not be owners of color that are in this particular cohort because they've been referred in by a particular partner, but the program is really predominantly a program designed to serve business owners of color. And we are looking to develop impactful, responsive tools that can be deployed at scale throughout the small business ecosystem. So we treat the program as almost an open source learning laboratory with our weekly webinars where we talk about evolving topics, and we're learning together and bringing that learning into the cohort, but also trying to engage as much of the business support ecosystem as possible, so that we're all learning from each other and pushing all of our learning out as broadly as possible. Next slide, please. So we started with 4 businesses in our initial pilot, which actually started before COVID hit, and was a digital growth accelerator with the goal of helping minority-owned businesses to grow their revenue and to expand the numbers of jobs that they're creating as a strategy to address the racial wealth gap. That program had to pivot to a survival strategies that were tailored to COVID-19 when COVID hit early this year. We did that after those first 4 businesses. We tried to help them pivot, but then developed this much more structured approach that you see in this cohort 2. Cohort 1 had 16 businesses. This one has 27. That's the scaling process. We're looking to scale statewide. We think that the methodology here has the ability to help a lot of businesses respond in the way that these businesses have, and we want to push it out to be able to do that, whether it's directly through our own teams and the teams at the IXL Center, or by empowering technical assistance providers and other business support organizations throughout the Commonwealth. Next slide, please. The businesses have been broken down by 4 sectors, and these are the sectors that we saw the most businesses in these sectors in the minority business community through our grant programs, through our equitable PPP access initiative. So we focused on these 4 sectors and had lots of businesses in each of these sectors. There are sort of 4 parts of the program. There's sort of the onboarding part where we get aligned about what we're trying to do and get excited about it and commit to it. But then there's an adapting your business to deal with the current situation, make your business safe, and then pivoting your business to capture the lost demand that I talked about a minute ago. You're going to hear a lot about the pivots, so I won't go into detail. And the most important part, perhaps, is developing an actionable implementation plan. And that includes a marketing strategy, includes a financing analysis, it includes a return on investment analysis. If you're going to be investing in your business, you want to be sure it's going to actually yield the results you need. So that's an actionable plan, and the business owners leave the program with that plan to be implemented. Next slide, please. These are the businesses that have participated in this cohort 2. There are 27 of them, so I'm not going to call them out individually, but you can see how they sort out into the 4 sectors. This has been, as previously indicated, a bilingual cohort, and that the first cohort was not. This one is. We've been learning how to do that as we go. There are 3 Spanish-speaking businesses in this cohort, and I'm probably speaking too fast for their excellent translator, so sorry about that, Camila. So there's a little bit of trying to put the Spanish-speaking businesses together in a cohort to make that part work. We also have 10 MBA programs participating, and we'll see the number. I think it's 76. I think that's program-wide, but and a lot of MBA students who have given their time to participate in this program, both because they want to learn from these business owners and be a part of responding to this crisis. And they've done an amazing job collectively, and you're going to hear from the business owners about how that was helpful to them. I saw a question from, I think it was from Luis Roman, is there a breakout of the geographic distribution of these businesses? We don't have one in the slide deck today, but it's all across the state. These businesses are all over. There probably is a little more Boston representation than other places, but there are businesses from Western Mass and from gateway cities and from a bunch of towns and communities. So we don't have that on the slide deck today, but it's something we actually should be developing for the program. Next slide, please. So here's some of the other things we're leveraging. You've got coaches from IXL, so Rohan, and you're going to hear from Adam Boimier. Well, they're going to introduce themselves, but you're going to hear from the 3 coaches who have been working with the different sectors along with Rohan. They are leveraging the 74 MBA students who are consultants in this particular cohort. We have tapped into 12 expert advisors throughout just this cohort. This doesn't include the prior cohort. Those are people who have served as experts on our weekly webinars or technical assistance providers who have brought a business into the program and are going through the entire program with their clients and putting themselves in a position not only to learn from the process, but also share their insights with us and their expertise with our program so that we can build a better mousetrap here, but also they're now able to assist that business owner with the implementation of their plan, which is really critical, but not something we're able to provide cost effectively at this time. We've developed those digital tools, which I won't talk about in detail, but there are 2 different tools IXL has developed to make this process replicable, and that is part of our scaling strategy, but also about the discipline of the process and making sure that every consulting team and every business owner is going through a process. This is going to make sure that we identify the key issues they need to identify and develop an effective strategy. We have 27 businesses, as I said, and actually we have a complete list of our funders at the end, and we'll talk about them then. They're critical. These are the funders of our initial cohort. We have a number of other funders who have contributed to LISC's Rapid Relief and Recovery Fund who have made this cohort possible, and we'll thank them specifically at the end. Next slide, please. I think I get to pass the torch now. Thank you, Rohan.
Rohan, you're muted.
Yep, I'm mute, sorry. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for the introduction. Great. And what we'll do now is let's hear what our businesses have to say about the program. So I'm going to quickly show you a video. Let me. Okay, there it is. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Beyond 6 feet apart accelerator.
Good. Okay.
Helps minority-owned businesses to make their business safe, shift their business towards new markets, and implement a plan that allows for growth and new opportunities. In this program, business owners have access to an MBA consulting team, business coaches, subject matter experts, and collaborative group sessions. Over the past 5 weeks, this program has helped 27 businesses from 4 different sectors lean into these uncertain times with confidence and gain new skills that take their business to the next level.
Exciting, rejuvenating, and supportive.
Engaging and collaborative.
Innovative, helpful, and motivating.
Be solution focused, value, and opportunistic.
It was really important to get that COVID message out in a video format because so many people are visual. And I was happy that one of our cohort members is a filmmaker, and so we hired her to implement that.
I was really like, wow, this is amazing. I have a team that's working towards like me getting this business back up.
The team was able to actually take what I've said to them and make it into something that you actually need.
The opportunity to have this group working with you, helping you, backing up your decision.
I like to be able to hear what was going on with the other businesses so that I could even take some of that knowledge or offer some opinion for them.
I was so afraid. It's like, okay, I'm never going to be able to do massages again. So the program did help me get out of my fear and get that anxiety like on the back burner. I can see, you know, like the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see that I can get back out there again.
We're focusing on our social media and finding a way to leverage this to increase our digital sales.
Opening another salon is definitely something that they've motivated me to do. Giving me the skills and telling me what I need to do to make it happen.
Sweet Tea's Bakery is now looking into getting into corporate gifting and doing online sales, which we didn't do before. And my team was able to help me figure out packaging and shipping rates and things like that.
Bring my mission and my vision as a business to empower my clients and bring their another level in their profession. And that way we can impact the community or the area where they are working.
This program is a no-brainer. I always felt like I was heard and understood. And so I think this program would be awesome for any business owner of any industry to participate in.
It's been amazing. Because usually people give you all this advice and like, oh, all you got to do to market is do this and do that. And you're like, this is great, but I still don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to do this. And so like my team has been amazing with like really breaking that down for me and helping me kind of really understand.
You're running your business for so long and you just get so burnt out and so tired. You forget sometimes why you're even doing it. I would definitely recommend, just because it helps you just realize that you did it for a reason, not just to make money.
That was so great. Thanks so much for all that feedback from all of you. And thanks to my partner in crime, Tina Patigny, who kicked it off. Tina is our senior program officer at LISC. She's relatively new to our team, but has jumped in with both feet to this program and is leading our small business.
Thank you. So thanks again to all the businesses for being open to provide the feedback and the testimonials. Really enjoyed it. Moving on to the next part of our agenda, program insights. So before when we dive into the cohort specific, group specific insights, let me give you a brief snapshot of what are the overall program insights. So like Karen mentioned in the earlier that, again, we are using this as pilots to better the program and use it as a laboratory to gain insights so we can help many businesses. So these are in general some of the insights. There are 4 parts I want to cover. One is the key business challenges. Before we start this program, we did a business audit of all the businesses. And one of the key things which was quite obvious, we realized is the revenues has been declined. So we asked them, what would they project their revenue decline this year? And to our what we realized is many of the businesses, they're saying that revenue is going to decline for anywhere between 20 to 60%. That's a big decline. And one of the obvious reasons was shifting demand or suppressed demand. But other things, what we quickly realized that not all have been affected equally, but every business has been affected in a different way. And some of the businesses are doing better versus the others. And one of the reasons is not all businesses are in with the same touch intensity. Like for example, our massage businesses, they're affected the worst because they have to be in physical environments and they can't have this luxury of being 6 feet apart. So they were affected the most, and this is same with some of the other businesses like salons. So with that, when the state guidelines were established and the businesses started to open, the other thing they realized is the increasing business cost with the new normal as they are figuring out how to open and manage effectively. So that was another thing we quickly realized with these businesses. When we looked at these business challenges, there were 2 modules that we were running. First one was helping them make their business safe and at the same time communicate that they are safe to their customers. So that was the second part I want to mention is the business safety solutions. So the MBA teams quickly helped identify the businesses very specific safety solutions for their businesses, which are beyond the obvious ones, which are like physical barriers, using disinfectants and regular cleanings. These are all what were given by the state. But one of the key things I want to highlight is the need for digital. many new digital solutions were identified, which will provide a truly contactless experience for the consumer. And this is important because with the cleaning and safety solutions, not all the fears of the consumers will be addressed. Just for an example, many consumers don't want to be in a physical environment. One of the things that we are constantly hearing from our consumers is, let me be there without being there. And that's one of the things they're asking. And the digital solutions allow that to do it. The other one is, let me do it myself. I don't want anyone to help me. So for example, digital menu. Having a digital menu helps the consumer to choose their own dishes and not being assisted by someone. Same thing with the digital payments, contactless experience, and the digital scheduler. This is another thing which is very important for most of the businesses, is to make appointments so that they can make sure the footfall and the traffic in their stores or their businesses is managed effectively and as per the guidelines. So need for digital is something, and digital solutions along with the regular safety solutions was one. The other one was certified clean. Is the person who I'm meeting or been serving me is certified clean? And that's why, for example, Barbicide certifications for salons specifically address that. At the same time, disposable. The things that I'm using, are they certified clean? And disposable was another trend and safety solution that was highlighted. So when the safety solutions were identified, it's important to know that making a business does not ensure that the demand is going to come back. And that's why the other part which is important is to communicate safety to your clients. And as we saw in the video, one of the business was mentioning is to make safety videos and use those safety videos on social media and other channels to communicate safety to your consumers, so that you build trust and build confidence with your targeted segments. So that was also which was happening in the business safety solutions. And once we realized that, now how do I get my demand back? And that's why I need to do some small pivots. These are small changes either in your business processes or with your products and offerings, or even targeting new market segments. And as you do that, what we did first is identify what are the changing needs and what are the specific market segments and what are the needs. So this is something which the team started to figure out for each specific businesses. So just to give you an example, right now, one of the target segment is at home people, because we are spending a lot of time with the pandemic at our home, and the at home environment is a big trend and is a big consumer segment. And once you realize that, now what everyone wants it is products and services that they can engage with and use it at their home. That's why do-it-yourself products. This is one of the key trends you can see all across all the businesses, which has been highlighted. So how can you make your products or your services into do-it-yourself? And many businesses went down that path. The other, which was very obvious, is the need to go digital and need to go online. This was a nice to have before for local businesses. Now it's a must have to have an online sales channel, or to have an online delivery of their foods and other products is a must have right now. So that was another thing which was quickly highlighted, and then tactics were made on how to realize these opportunities. The other one was around business tactics. Once you realize what you need to do, you need to create new business tactics. So one of just example here is rewards and loyalty program. You need to provide those rewards and loyalty programs so that you can attract those customers to your businesses. And at the same time, the other need is education. So customers are saying, educate me on these new things. And then that's why the online education, online safety videos, as well as videos for your new products are very important. And the final one is bundling. Bundling is important because now you can combine many products and then reduce the shipping costs, at the same time increase your average order size. So that was another business tactics. So those were in general some of the pivot solutions. I will see more of this client success stories and as we go along. And then finally, key recommendations. So what we want to recommend here is, as you look at your businesses, try to figure out what are the targeted consumer segments, and then what are the targeted offerings or needs that with products that you can provide them. Multi-channel marketing, you just can't wait for the customer to come in. You need to use multi-channel marketing, and there's something called micro moment marketing with especially the Gen Z. Is they are they are making decisions as they hold their phones. And this is something which is very important. You need to be on social media. You need to be on Instagram and all the other channels and present there. The other is obviously one transition we saw is from products to services. Now the next transition is products to services to experiences. And building experiential products like do it yourself is very important. Having new pricing strategies. This will help your business to both absorb costs at the same time get new demand. And finally, when you look at all these solutions, think how you can scale them to different market segments or with you combining different products. And this is another important thing. So these are in general insights. We're going to look at more specific stories as we dive into each group. So with that, let me hand it over to our business coaches. And we will start with the first one, which is food and beverage. Let me pass on the mic to Maria.
Thank you so much, Rohan, and thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. So quick introduction, I'm Maria. I'm a consultant at IXL Center, and I was in charge of the food and beverage industry. I work with some amazing companies and some amazing teams. And so I'm excited to show you today some of the insights that we extracted from the industry, but that they apply to many of the businesses from this specific cohort, but in general in the food and beverage. So first off, I want to start off with Delectable Desires in Carlino Garo. So here we saw an interesting story where in her case, she had been, closing the store for a while during the pandemic, but more so she was seeing that there was a decrease in her catering and her wholesale clients. And either they had stopped or reduced in the amount of size they were asking for her to deliver. So she was trying to understand how else can I really capture this market? And so one of the key ahas that the team identified was, more and more throughout this pandemic, in Google search, the word cake came out 20% more throughout the pandemic versus before or compared to other years. And so we were seeing, okay, if this is the case, then where is Delectable Desires? Where is her online presence, her online stores for her to be able to meet this demand? And so the team came out with the idea of, creating this online store, redesigning the website, making sure that the products were available for the clients to see what she sold and being able to deliver with that e-commerce that she would put in place. So the main overall insight for us and for all businesses was to understand that having an online presence was their front door to get really that new way of online foot traffic. So if your store is lacking on that foot traffic because of the pandemic situation, then what is a way for us to be online and have that presence to open up the door for those sales? So on the next slide. Next slide, Rohan, please. So basically, since we're defining different channels, we also have to understand that with new channels come new challenges, right? And so it is the case for Teresa Maynard from Sweet Cheese Bakery, as you saw also on the video. She was really she was first of all closed throughout the pandemic. So she has been closed for a while. She's reopening soon around September. And one of her challenges was, if I open that online channel, that means there's gonna be new demand that I'm gonna have to be able to meet. The question is, am I ready to meet that demand, right? Do I have the right resources in place? Am I prepared to meet this demand? And so one of the key ahas we found on that story was seeing, can we tackle the menu itself and see whether or not we limit some of the items that we're offering and tailor it to more high demand products that are relevant for our business? And taking it from there, we say, okay, we're better in control about our inventory. We can manage better quality control. We can manage more of the cost and the profit margins, and it's gonna help us ease reopening, right? So we have that control and we're not going all over the place offering everything at the same time because we're still trying to adjust to this new channel, and therefore we have to be piloting and slowly taking on each of the challenges. And that key insight of tackling the menu itself was what led us to understand what was the right approach for her to offer online to their customers as she managed to reopen. The same case for many other restaurants are trying to evaluate what is the right key items that they should have on their menu that might be modified versus the old menu that we used to offer before the pandemic. So on the next slide, so now that we understand that we have, different options for online channels, different ways for us to understand how to adjust and modify our menus, for example, we also have to understand that we can offer different options to our consumers to make them feel safe and comfortable throughout the pandemic. And so in the case for Cecilia from Suya Joint, one of the challenges she was having is, you know, I was closed for a while, now I'm open, but still I have some of the clients that are not completely confident or comfortable on coming to my restaurant, sitting down and having a meal. So was starting to offering like that outdoor patio, but still there was something more to be captured from these clients that were not going to the store or to her restaurant, even if it was outdoors. So the case is we try to identify that more and more people are trying to bring what Rohan was saying, that at-home experience. And so how can I create an at-home experience where I'm providing this restaurant sort of style, but at the same time I'm making it practical and sustainable for them. So the idea of meal kits came on board, and we were seeing that like a key aha, or the data was showing that 75% of Americans were more confident nowadays about cooking. But not only that, but 50% of them are inclined to learning more about cooking. And so this was like the best combination for her, because she's saying, you know, I'm so unique in the cuisine that I have great food, I have a new market need, and this is the perfect option for me to be able to provide them that meal kits for them to take home, but also explore the African cuisine as they're willing to learn more about different cuisines. It's my time to tell my story and engage the users with my cuisine, with my offering, so that they can come back to me. So it was a win-win for her to offer her traditions, her culture in a way that she could make that experience to go home, and for the clients to enjoy it from a safety standard, but still having the chance to have that experience of suya joint, which was wonderful. So with this, on the next one, we saw that, again, even after offering different opportunities to our businesses, being open, being safe, and having all these different strategies for us to be able to, you know, regain back our sales, we still saw there was a huge challenge across many businesses. And that came down to delivery. So delivery is the go-to solution for everyone. Like, we want to make sure that we have a broader reach, we have a bigger market segment, we can target more people. But the reality is there's a huge challenge that this third application apps charge a very high percentage, which is usually like about 30% on their sales. And so this high commission really affects the profit margins of businesses. So the insight was, you know, can we really use in the good way that those applications for us to be able to increase the sales volume, you know, be more present, be out there, you know, market ourselves in their applications, but at the same time maintain our margins and incentivizing people to come to our store. So the key insight came from different teams saying, you know, why don't we position ourselves like, yes, you definitely can order from our application, we have that option for you, but if we incentivize them to come to our store and save on those extra fees that they have to pay as well as consumers on that application, we can maybe have a different strategy or a different approach for them to be more willing to come and pick up the food from our store, because we were seeing that they were losing a lot of money in terms of giving it, half of it, almost everything, to the delivery applications. And so understanding how we can bring the clients home and bring them to our restaurant in a more communicative way, it could maybe help us help them, right? So we all help each other to basically end up benefiting from this opportunity and still be able to market a bigger size of customers. So this is just some of the many examples that we saw across the food and beverage industry. I just touched base on some of the online experiences, fitting that online and new channels, how can we prepare for that, and then jumping into offerings for the different customer styles, and lastly, deliveries and how we can leverage on that opportunity. But of course, there are more insights to share on this, and now I would like to, on the next slide, just stop there and invite the different members from our food and beverage industry. We have different clients, teams, and TA providers that went through us from the beginning of the process all the way to the end, and see if you have anything else to add, share any additional story that relates to what I shared or anything unique you want to add from this experience. Now's the time, and we'll love to hear your comments. So opening up the stage for you guys. I see Camilo, Carlene, Cecilia. Anyone who would like to add anything, or any of the students as well?
I'm gonna start it off while you guys unmute yourselves and get ready to tell us something fun or interesting about your experience. But I wanna thank our TA providers here, Carlos Espinosa, Janine Duran, and Roz Freeman from JPNDC, E4All or A Para Todos, and Commonwealth Kitchen, with a special shout out to Commonwealth Kitchen for this food sector, where we partnered to do a webinar last week to really tease out the food industry insights. And also it was really helpful to have their deep level of expertise at the table as we thought about different strategies. So for example, one of the things, I think it was Suya Joint, where the team was advising her to start marketing her sauces. And Commonwealth Kitchen has a depth of expertise around how to essentially put food products in stores, and is advised that that's a whole nother business line that you're opening up. And she could do that, but do it in her store and not try to basically go into an entirely new lane right now. So the depth of expertise that's available through a partner like that is really invaluable, and it really demonstrates how important it is to have those kinds of organizations in our ecosystem. Come on, guys, we want to hear from you. None of you learned anything or has any appreciation for your teams? Where's that trash talk, Teresa and Cecilia? You can bring it back.
Hey there, this is Sean from the Worcester Food Hub. And I just want to, I want to thank my team. We are very busy and don't always have the capacity to do the things that we know should be done. And also bringing new ideas to the table, such as doing a delivery service like Instacart. I've thought about doing our own delivery for our food products, but having that kind of service, if we can make the ROI work out, could be a tremendous boon for us during this time, and helping us to help those food producers that we work with. So overall, a great experience. I can't believe 5 weeks have gone by already. It's gone by in a jiffy. So thanks to all of my team. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Sean. Glad to hear that.
I just want to say that my team is the best. I had the best team. They were amazing. They knew that I was like, social media was not my strength. And I said that to them, and they like walked me through everything. They relieved a lot of the anxiety I had about doing some of the social media stuff, along with helping me like kind of streamline the process to make it easier for ordering for me. And so I'm so excited because I feel like I have an arsenal ready to go. Like my marketing stuff, we're like here. So I just find this to be such a blessing. It has been like an amazing experience. And the other thing is every Friday, I got to hear what they're doing with all these different food businesses. And that also I learned so much from. So this has been really, really great. And you know, they say time is money, but this was worth every minute that I spent on it. And like, you really do get what you put in. And this has been amazing. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Teresa.
Teresa, I'm just going to jump in because Teresa called out the collaboration and networking between the businesses. That was very valuable. And I just want to let all the business owners know we have, and I think you guys know this, but we have a LinkedIn group for the Beyond 6 Feet Apart program, which is not just this cohort, but the prior cohort. And we'll be inviting all of the experts that have been participating, all of the friends of the program into that as a place for you to network and share ideas and figure out things together. So please use that group. And if you're not already on LinkedIn, this is your digital capacity building opportunity. And in the next cohort, Rohan, I want to make it the first thing that the students do with the owners is to put them into a LinkedIn account so you can be connecting with each other in that space.
Right, Kat.
I think we have.
Hello.
Hi, Paloma.
Hi. I just wanted to say that I'm the business that hasn't started yet, and in a way, I think I was lucky that I didn't start, or not lucky, but I really like the part that I didn't start, because in my head, we were ready. We had everything we needed to open. And with this program, I realized there's a lot of little pieces that I didn't put together. And I'm so glad we didn't open, because with this, I realized all that stuff that I was missing. So now I'm better prepared to actually open stronger, open more knowledgeable, open with more resources. So I'm very, very happy that in a way, COVID happened to me that I didn't open, and now I have all this knowledge to be very successful. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Paloma. I'm glad to see that you're very ready to get started. That's amazing. I think we have Carlos raising the hand. Carlos,
I think so as well, yeah.
Yeah, and Camilo as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I must confess that, I've been trying to pay a lot of attention, but I also have to do a lot of things. And so I've been, trying to multitask. And so my main takeaway is that well, first of all, thank you for letting me contribute. I know the second thing is that I know there has been a lot of behind the scenes work done by the students. And so I would like to thank them for that, because it's probably a lot of work that was done so that they can put these proposals. I thought that the presentations were very professional, and I was very impressed by many of them. I was also very energized by the amount of the robustness of ideas that could be generated when we bring all these folks together. That's actually something that I will take away. And, I know they're in my head right now, and I'm trying to organize them, but I know they'll come back eventually as I continue working, which is actually important. And then one last thing that I was thinking as, we were going through the process was that I was thinking about how folks have come together, and now to think about what is it that this effort can lead towards policy development in the future. Given that we may be faced with, very hard decade. I'm talking, knocking on wood that that's not the case, but I don't know. And so the opportunity for these ideas to flourish may depend on the right fertile ground to be able to make them flourish. And so it just let me think about that a little bit. So, but thank you for that. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos.
And up with Camilo, and before we jump to the other one.
Okay, as I said on last Friday, I'm really happy with my team. I was impressed how they put a lot of effort on understanding the business in such a short time and going deeper and deeper in their solutions. Some of the things that I like the most about all this program, it's the networking that was created among like all restaurant like owners, operators, everything. And it made me realize something. We have our stores in the mall, and even in the mall that we have a lot of restaurants, we do not think as complementary. We think more as a competition, and we never, like in situations like that, we never thought that we could bring like a strategy that could help all of us to bring more people into the mall. Being here and being able to share and to know the experience of some other restaurants gave me that idea, like, hey, what if we start like thinking different, and instead of competing, we try to do some strategies or try to do something which we can bring more people, because the more customers, more potential customers we have in the mall, the better it's going to be for everyone. So it's one of the main takeaways from this.
Thank you, Camilo.
Thank you.
Thanks, Camilo. All right.
Hi, Maria.
Yeah. Hi, Cecilia.
Hello. All right. So basically, it's just gratitude and appreciative in terms of everything that was given. And I think I've said it, like the wealth of information, the Bible of the know-how, or the steps of what needs to be done, that was put in together week in and week out. Yes, we did put in our work that needs to be done, but then the team just came back with an impressive, like it just blew our what do you call this thing, like the work that we've told them or what it is that we need to do. And they made us look at our businesses like, okay, you know what? Yes, try and do this, and then pull out something right out of the business. So like just dig deeper inside your business and pull it out. And then some sort of a way of collaborating. Like I don't have dessert, and a lot of customers have come, oh, don't you have anything sweet after my meal? So, hey, Teresa, I'll be reaching out to you, or Delectable Desires too, to say, okay, you know what? can you put some kind of like a tropical cake so that if they say, hey, don't you have anything? I'll be like, yeah, we do. So I'll be able to serve it in collaboration with stuff like that versus me trying to make anything in the kitchen. In terms of what you call this thing, dessert, it's like a very much precise measuring things. And from experience, I don't measure things. I don't taste. I taste by just adding some things on my hand and just like, oh, okay, yeah, I've reached the flavor. But in terms of baking, I crank up the heat and then, oh my God, I just burnt it, right? So I don't want to deal with that, but definitely try and see what it is that we can do, some kind of like a dessert piece that we can add just from all the businesses that have joined. And again, my team, Teresa, I'm sorry, my team is the best. I know. So my team that live in my head, I wake up every day just thinking about what they put together, and I'm just like so excited. Also, we're going to be on the Fountain Gourmet on Friday, just like shooting. They have a program where they're just helping out minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. So I figured that's a very good avenue to like showcase the meal kits that we're doing in terms of what you call this, and they have like a huge, like a bigger audience that I'm sure will benefit from that. So I'm going to try and all the packages that my team put together, how to do it, try and plug it in there to say, hey, you know what, look out for this. So yes, my team did not put anything and send over to me in vain. I'm actually going to work extremely hard to make sure that it is a success, and then we all together would rock. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, you're smart, not knowing that I have a team of expertise from Duke University that actually actualize it. Yes, I have it. I didn't know how to go about it, but they actually made it such an easy way to do it. And it's up to me to just go and showcase it and have the confidence to say, okay, you know what? Yes, let's do this. And I'm not going to let them down. So I'll do my part on Friday to just showcase it on a very, very big audience. And then we can go from there, because I know they're going to check in with me like in a month and say, okay, how you're doing. So I do have to have an answer for them. So I'm excited. They've given me an assignment, and I do have to bring in my A game as well, just like how they did. So, but this is like, I'm very, very grateful. And I could not have asked for a better team. Literally in the 5 weeks that we did this, I felt like they've actually gone to Africa and then came back. So that's just amazing. And even like everybody on the team too, I think they might agree with me, where like they showcased Africa. They translated some of the stories in such an amazing way, and like just through online presence. So if you let me, I'll just keep talking, but I'm just going to stop right here. And I say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm like extremely speechless. And thank you to the Commonwealth Kitchen. I received that email and I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, not another Zoom meeting. But I'm so happy I logged into this particular program, and I don't want to cry, but I'm grateful. So I'm going to just like keep coming back with an A+, or else my Suya Joint team are going to be like, okay. So I'm excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Cecilia. What a powerful insight. I think you summarized it for all of us. Now it's on the clients to, you know, embrace all the different results and have your action plan ready to go, collaborate with each other. And that's the most exciting part. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll be following up with each and every one of you to see how you're progressing, but we're always happy to help here. So thank you so much to all the different clients that share their comments. So now, Adam, I'll let you take the lead for the retail service. So thank you so much, everyone.
Wait, Maria, we're going to do a little, like, we're going to take a moment and appreciate all of you. And we want everyone to help us out. You got to go back, Rohan. You got to go back and show everybody's faces. Sorry. Okay, now everybody help us out. And you guys totally delivered on your comments, setting the bar high for the other sectors. Think about your comments, but let's give them all a big hand. Thanks for everything you did. We got to do it this way, unfortunately. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, so moving on to the next group, which is retail segment. So I'm going to pass the mic to Adam.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Rohan. Again, we'll highlight some key insights that we saw from the retail sector and share some of the stories to really drive home these points. So the first one that I want to mention is Gallery Eye Care. So Lisa runs Gallery Eye Care. It's the only independent eye clinic in West Roxbury. they never closed during COVID-19 because they offer emergency eye exams, so they did remain open. However, their demand had decreased a lot. And in speaking with Lisa, she was adamant that she was like, I don't think that I'm ever gonna, sell my products online. I just don't see the need for it. However, with everybody, with all these businesses closed and everything online, there are a lot of people working from home or students connecting online to actually do their university courses. And so the key aha in all of this was that there are like 20 to 30 times more people using Zoom now than compared to 8 months ago, which is just crazy. And the prolonged screen time can actually have harmful effects to your eyes. So Lisa and the team identified the opportunity to really expand their product line by offering anti-blue light glasses, which will actually block some of the harmful light from the computer screens. But the really key insight or the key solution here was the fact that they actually had to move the selling of this product online to be able to get in front of the customers that actually need it. So to serve the new market, they needed their products to be accessible via the website. And we see this across the retail sector, that with physical places limiting they're having to limit how many people they have in the store, they need to open new online sales channels. Next slide, please. The next one is highlighting Pamela Auger from Octavie Skincare Brush. So this business has been online and safe for quite some time now. Pamela was a nurse, so she knows all the safety precautions to take, and her business has been safe for a while. She sells her products through her website, through Amazon, and through different wholesalers. But the problem that she was really like during COVID-19, some of her contracts actually got canceled. So she was having trouble selling her product. And at the moment, she only has the one skincare brush. So she has a skincare brush for the body and a skincare brush for the face, but that's really it. And the key research that the team and Pamela uncovered was that people need more from the businesses that they're buying from. Their needs are changing, and they actually need like product bundles that are going to solve multiple problems at once. So the team and Pamela found the opportunity to really expand her product line to include some nail care products as well as essential oils, and then to offer these bundles, these product bundles, so that they can actually meet multiple needs at one time and also cross-sell their products to increase their profitability. Next, we have Davis and Sawwin Florist. So Davis and Sawwin Florist, they did close during COVID-19. They're a premium florist, and they've been serving the markets since 1949. So they have a really well-known brand and reputation, and they do what they do very, very well. Like their bread and butter is really their sympathy work with funeral directors, and when they closed their business in March due to COVID, their doors were closed, but they were still serving funeral directors in their local city, and but revenues were still down, and the team was trying to figure out, how do we stimulate revenues in creative ways? So they proposed a number of creative pivot options that George and his wife Barbara were strongly considering. However, through talking with their employees, George figured out that hey, there's actually some funeral directors in neighboring cities that are now unserved because there are florists in those cities that are closing due to the pandemic. So what we really need to do is let's stick with what we're really, really good at and leverage digital marketing and change our messaging to meet the needs of these funeral directors in neighboring cities, so that we can actually expand our market and serve them. So the key takeaway really here is you don't need to reinvent the wheel. A lot of times we can actually really leverage what we're really good at and tweak just a few things to increase our revenues and our profitability during COVID. And the last story in the retail sector is from Just Tea. So Dwayne Osborne runs Just Tea, and as you can see on the right-hand side in that right picture there, Just Tea is a combination of like a little hot dog push cart as well as a small retail space. And the story with Just Tea is that the hot dog cart has been open for the majority of COVID-19, but the retail store has not been. And first of all, he really needed like a safety plan to be able to reopen his store. So the team delivered that for him. But the key sort of the key issue that Dwayne has is that he can't really leverage online tools like other businesses. He's 60 years old, and we had created an Instagram account for him and started talking about like these different digital tools. And he's like, guys, listen, like this is great, but like I don't know how to use this. It's going to take me so long to understand that it's just not going to be like a viable option for me. So then the team was thinking, okay, in collaboration with Dwayne, how do we increase his visibility and his brand awareness, and also utilize the retail space in the best way possible? So the team and Dwayne figured out that he can actually support other Black-owned businesses that can't afford to actually have a brick and mortar store right now by selling their merchandise in his store and actually taking commission from that. So he's supporting other businesses and creating win-win scenarios for each other, where he gets where they both get increased brand awareness and increased revenues. So the key takeaway here is there are more than we can create some creative ways to increase our brand awareness. And with that, we had five businesses in the retail sector: Fit and Go, Just Tea, Octavie, Gallery Eye Care, and Davis & Sawwin Florist. And we had a number of MBA consultants as well. So I just want to congratulate everybody from the retail sector, and yay. And I really want to get your comments now and open the floor to you to really understand, or to really get your experience and your comments if you have anything else to add.
Adam, thanks so much. This is George from Davis & Sawwin Florist. You know, I was just really excited right from the get-go and meeting my team. And I should tell you that between my wife and I, we have 80 years of combined experience in our industry, 80 years. And during that time, we've learned that the most important things that we need are energy and enthusiasm, to be flexible to meet ongoing changes in our industry, and resiliency when meeting obstacles. And way down on the list is expert design and expert in merchandising and expert in lots of things. Expertise comes way down the list. And my team met all three of those three challenges. They came at it with a lot of enthusiasm and energy. They were patient with me, and they were flexible when I changed directions on them. They were resilient as could be. They changed on a dime, and they bounced back with not just equal enthusiasm, but more enthusiasm once I got clearer about the direction. People in my industry typically burn out quickly. They get tired. Their shops get tired. Their processes get tired. And you know, while you know, the old saying is you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, my team really taught me something. And they re-instilled a sense of energy and enthusiasm for me, and I couldn't have been happier with them. They showed me how to go about going after the deepest vein of gold of opportunity, and I couldn't have been happier to be with them and more proud of them.
Thank you.
Bentley.
Thank you so much for your comment.
Thank you, George.
Pamela, do you wanna make a comment? You're on mute.
Am I unmuted? Can everybody hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Oh, okay. Well, as everybody tells me, I'm very vocal this program, that the squeaky wheel gets oiled. So in order to get things done in business, you kind of have to be that way. My team was amazing. If you look at my website or if you look at my Instagram, so much stuff has been in process. You know, even if I didn't get the funding, the tools and the help they gave me, and just having that weekly push that holds you accountable, I think. In business, you're just so busy. It's hard to get things done, but having this weekly deadline twice a week helps give you like the push. Okay, it's not just me and my business. I have other people depending on me to make it successful. I think we're better as a team than an individual. I mean, what George says, it's exhausting having your business, and especially trying to navigate it during COVID has been a challenge, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And, I love hearing everybody else's story from the businesses. We've helped each other, even if it's virtually. Their input helps me hearing their struggles and their wins. It just helps you're not alone. So I appreciate everybody. And Ayushi and Giselle, I mean, they're awesome.
Thank you so much, Pamela.
Thank you, Pamela.
Lisa?
Yes. So I want to echo Pamela and George both. One thing that I would like to say is, as a business owner, sometimes it's hard to trust folks, and just trust new ideas. And so I think when I let go and just trusted my team, we were able to get a lot done. I would love to have this program maybe revisited in 5 years, just to get new and fresh ideas. Because as both George and Pamela said, sometimes you just get stuck, and you're doing the same old monotony. But to have a team come up with ideas and make your product and your offerings new is something nice. I'm excited about starting online selling. One nice thing is I was looking at Warby Parker, how they hit the $1 billion mark doing online products. So hopefully, in the future, I can say, this was a part of the LISC, and the IXL who helped Gallery, be that great business. So thanks for that, truly.
You already are a fantastic business, Lisa.
Yeah. Well, no, you guys helped me go to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yes, thank you so much. All right. Any other comments before we do like a quick celebration for the retail sector? No, I think we're good. All right. So thank you all so much and congratulations. We'll give a little celebration for the retail sector. All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Let me share the screen again. Okay, there you go. I think the next sector is again professional services, and it's again the business coach Adam. So Adam, on to you.
Yeah, all right. So you guys got to hear from me just for a couple more minutes. So in the professional sector, there are a couple key insights again that we want to highlight. So the first one I want to start with is Your Home Detox. They are a small residential cleaning company that does a sustainable cleaning. Like they use all sustainable products that are a lot less that are not harmful to your skin and to you as a human being. So that's their key differentiator. And when COVID hit, they were open the whole time, but they had no clients for 2.5 months. And the real issue is that with everybody spending more time at home, they're kind of like, hey, I can clean my house now. And so their full services aren't necessarily needed anymore. So their customer segment is now sort of blocked. And what the team identified is that we can utilize these assets and what Carla does with like the services, and just target a different customer segment with them. So they haven't given up on the residential cleaning. They're offering like a light residential cleaning, but in terms of how they're pivoting, they said, okay, as businesses reopen in this phased approach in Massachusetts, they need to have certified clean solutions so that they can regain trust with their customers. So now Your Home Detox is offering commercial cleaning services to high-touch businesses that are opening according to that phased plan. So we took the Massachusetts reopening plan and kind of put that into a game plan for Carla to expand her business into the commercial sector. So some customer segments are blocked, but others can definitely open up. The next insight and story that I want to highlight is with Just Films. And so Just Films is a professional videographer, and her main services were creating videos for weddings and corporate events. And obviously the big issue is that these are canceled for the rest of the year. So she's left with no revenue at the moment, and she really needed to figure out how she can utilize her unique skill set to take advantage of some of the opportunities out there. So what the team really identified was that people and businesses still need to tell their stories online. They still need to communicate. And through their research, they found that like COVID safety videos actually are the most influential in determining whether or not an individual is going to visit a location or not. And so given this research, Just Films, one of the pivots that Just Films is pursuing is now creating COVID safety videos for businesses to help them tell their customers that they are safe, and to help them regain the trust of their customers to increase the revenues for that. The next story is with Brazilian Times. So Brazilian Times is a newspaper. They have both print and digital, and they 90% of their revenue actually comes from selling ad space in their print, digital, and digital copies, as well as on social media. The main problem with during COVID was that businesses were closing, and so they didn't want to advertise again, and therefore their revenues actually decreased 70 to 80% during COVID times. And what they really realized was we need to diversify our revenue streams and really better utilize like the assets that we have. So the pivot that they are doing is that they are going to be leveraging partnerships to create premium specialized content, and then charge readers a monthly subscription fee for this service. So the key insight here is that as a business, you can partner to build expertise that can be converted into new revenue streams. And the final story in the professional sector is TechWave Group. So TechWave Group was they're an IT consulting company, and they were a little bit unique during COVID because their demand actually increased. As we've heard throughout this entire program, and especially this session, is that everybody's going online. And so as a tech firm that specializes in that, there are obviously a lot of needs for their products and services. What's really interesting about this story is that although they're tech experts, they don't utilize digital marketing, so they don't use technology online to market their business, and therefore they're really having trouble scaling. And so they used to do, like when they used to launch products, for example, they used to do these in person and have a big group and get some feedback right away. But now they can't do those anymore. And so now they need to leverage digital tools to market themselves. So they need to, the key takeaway here is that they need to position themselves online to communicate their offerings, and most of all, be visible to other clients in order to build a model that is actually going to scale beyond where it's at right now. So those are the four key stories and key insights that we really found in the professional sector. However, we did learn, we had 9 businesses in this sector, and we learned from all of you. And here are some of them here. We got TechWave Group, LJV, Davida Carta, Celeb Massage, Four Corners Yoga and Wellness, Your Home Detox, Just Films, Brazilian Times, and Hunter Signs. And I want to extend a thank you to our TA provider, Dee Dice from Valley Community Development. She sat in on as many sessions as she could and offered some advice, not only to Davida Carta, who she referred to the program, but to some of the other businesses as well to advance their ideas. So thank you so much, Dee. Thank you to the business owners and to the consulting teams. And at this time, I really want to open the floor to all of you to really share your experience and any additional comments that you have from the program.
Well, I'll start just to get it going. This is Christine from Four Corners Yoga and Wellness, and I so appreciate everything that you all did. And I have to just say, you know, I've heard about accelerator programs and business, you know, incubator programs to help, you know, small businesses over these. Honestly, my sister owns a hair salon in Mission Hill for 19 years, and I've been hearing about these kinds of programs for at least 15 years. And I'm always like, yeah, that's not us, that's not us. But like one of the other participants said, this COVID time really kind of opened my eyes. And when I heard about the program, because we were a grant recipient and it's almost on the email list, I was like, let me just take it, even though we've opened, let me go ahead and just participate in this program. And it was really great. And it really, when I told my sister about it, my cousin about it, they're like, oh, should I do something like that? I'm like, listen, I heard them loud and clear when they said, you're gonna get in, what you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it. And I don't know that you guys have the time to invest. I don't really have the time, but I know the priority. So I'm going to do it, and let me help you in the future and revisit this for another opportunity. But yeah, I'm just super excited, and I had a great team, and I really enjoyed listening to the other team members on Friday. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine, and thank you for your consistent encouragement of collaboration and also your use of emojis, like celebrating every comment that people are saying. We appreciate it.
So I can speak to the program. I have to say I'm so impressed with the entire program that I'm a little speechless about it. There's something about, I mean, I've been a small business owner for years, and you know, people give you ideas all the time. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. But really, this program was actually putting it into action. And that, I think, was the most impressive part about it, is that there's action steps, there's a plan, and in most cases, it looks like, you know, it's already gotten started. For example, with Davida Carta, I mean, they opened up a whole new line of product for her. And it's already opened, it's already happening. We've already got a marketing plan for it. And I think that the team really came up with some impressive ideas and execution of ideas. So yeah, I mean, we should all be so lucky as to have this program. So, and as a business advisor, certainly I've learned a lot also, and how to help other clients. So thank you so much, really appreciate it. And Davida and I have a lot of work going forward. So it's great. And thank you, Adam, so much for really executing it in an incredible way. And your insights have been very valuable. So, and thanks, Karen, of course. So.
Thank you, Dee.
I'd like to say something. This is Debbie. I'm Debbie from Celeb Massage, and I am a massage therapist. And when COVID hit and everything happened, and I thought maybe it was just going to be like a month that we would sit it out, you know, but then as it went on, you know, and I had to end up giving up my studio, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now with my life, you know? But my team was just so, I don't know, I can't even say enough about them. Jocelyn and Prashant, they were just like right on time with my vision, you know, helping me feel that I can be safe going back out there again, you know, doing massages. I still have to listen to the numbers and make sure that, you know, that Boston, Massachusetts is staying low in the COVID numbers. And Adam, I just have to, you know, say kudos to you, because there were so many companies and businesses that you had to deal with, you know, and you just focused on me at the time. You know what I'm saying? When I needed you, you were there. When the team needed you, you helped them, you know, and, you know, I just can't say enough about the program. I'm really glad that I was able to put the time in it and learn so much from it. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to go out there. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you so much, Debbie. I really appreciate it. We've got a comment in the chat here, because Davida Carta said that her internet's spotty, so she can't share, but I'm just going to read this out here. So she said, it was a great learning experience. Like I said before, it pushed me to my growing edge, challenged me, but in a positive way. The team and Adam were great, very supportive, creative, and open to working with me and the fears that I had. I feel confident that I can keep growing in the right direction and not being a starving artist anymore. She said, I had a sale this week and that didn't happen for months. So I'm seeing some results right now.
Congratulations, Davida. That's great.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Hi, this is Lisette with LJ Development. I just want to weigh in and thank Adam and Donna and Anthony for helping us out. You know, you guys really expanded not only our scope of services, but our mind to other opportunities and other ways of doing business day to day. So I definitely want to thank the whole team for that. And it was such a great experience. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisette.
Alrighty, so I think now's the time for a little celebration for the professional sector. So congratulations everybody on completing the program, and thank you so much for your hard work. Karuna, can your twins celebrate as well?
Yes. Say thanks, everyone. All of our new friends. Say hi, everyone.
They're so cute.
I can't tell if he's in or not. Say thanks, everyone.
Thank you. All right, Rohan, back to you.
Thanks, Adam. Okay, let me go back. Okay, with that, we move to our last group and sector, personal services. I'm going to give the mic to Camila, who is a business coach. So Camila, on to you.
Adam, can you please remove the interpretation so she can come to the main room?
Thank you very much. Sorry, I was in the Spanish channel. So now moving on to the personal services. Now we're going to hear some of the stories of how we can be safe, but at the same time grow and to take new opportunities. I will start with Easy for Barbers. This business is dedicated to sell equipment and supplies for barbers. As you know, this industry declined with COVID-19 started. Oriana, to survive, found out the opportunity to sell materials like alcohol, gloves, masks to essential businesses that remained open. And with this, she recovered the demand lost and stay up and running during that crisis period. During the program, we discovered that Easy for Barbers clients were struggling because their services were insecure and their operations were disorganized. Oriana, a supplier, decided to leverage this as an opportunity to teach her clients on how to be safer, improve processes, and build digital capabilities to increase not just her performance, but overall industry performance in her area and generate impact in the community. We support her to create courses with partners to teach businesses how to be safer, create a website to be the articulator between barbers and final clients, ensuring hygiene protocols, and she will be charging a commission, and create an e-commerce to help barbers to organize their weekly shoppings and inventory. So the main insight here is that businesses that are already safe and active can help others to build capabilities, sharing knowledge and best practices, and as a result, promote overall industry growth. So now moving on to the next slide. Continue with the industry, we have Shishi's Lounge. This is a salon specializing in Afro-American hair. During the pandemic, Irish experienced a decrease on demand and lost employees as many businesses are facing. Now, Irisha is struggling to increase demand because she hasn't been able to find qualified employees to hire. Therefore, she's limited to certain number of clients she can serve. During the program, we discovered a huge gap, which is basically that beauty schools are not providing practical training specialized in African American hair to stylists, which is hard because Eurisha needs that set of skills, and it's really hard to find the right talent for her business. As an additional solution for her, we support her. We support Shishi Launch to create a face-to-face and online academia specialized in African American hair. The main idea is to partner with schools to provide this to students to teach them how to style African American hair, creating Shishi Launch a new creating for Shishi Launch a new revenue stream. Since she's charging the students for the courses, and at the same time recruit qualified employees already trained by her. So the main key insight in this case for the industry is that many businesses are experiencing loss of employees during the pandemic, but there is an opportunity to train candidates to get qualified employees back in the markets and generate growth at the same time. And now, last but not least, moving on to the next slide, we have Marjorie Family Daycare. During the COVID-19, Marjorie had an opportunity since she started to take care of kids from essential workers. So she didn't, Jenny didn't feel like a decrease on demand. But when we were working with Jenny to make her safer, we realized that she increased her cost because of the extra clean supplies she needed to buy to keep her kids safe. But at the same time, she could increase the number of kids admissions in her daycare since Jenny already has the maximum kids allowed for her space. So considering this, the team focused on making a strategy more to the long term to grow her daycare and to increase her revenue in the short term to be sustainable. So to do this in the short term, the team created a new strategy with multiple scenarios based on a survey that we did with her clients. And the team discovered that actually parents are willing to pay more for their services if they know that their kids are safe. And the daycare has a lot of, has like the right hygiene protocols. Also, we found out the parents are willing to pay a higher prices for extra hours because they are working more. So with this team, with this information, they've been created also a communication strategy to help Jenny tell her current clients that the prices are increasing gradually because the costs are increasing as well. So with this, Jenny is going to be able to be sustainable and focus on the growth and growing her business. So in addition to what I already said, for the future, the team also helped to create, submit applications to multiple grants like Kiva, Care.com, among others, where she already got pre-approved to access those resources. So she can use that money to increase the space and admit more kids in her space. So over here, the main insight in this case is that we need to track carefully those new additional COVID-19 costs that we have, since those can jeopardize the survival of the business in the long term if we don't increase our prices accordingly with the cost we're experiencing. So with that, I want to showcase now all the teams here and the amazing business owners that always collaborate with us, and the amazing consulting teams that we had in this industry. So I will open the microphone to Oriana, Eurisha, Jenny, everyone that can share some of the thoughts and comments on the work that we did with you.
Hi, this is Eurisha. So my team was amazing, and they really helped me to fall in love again with my business. As a business owner, everyone has said it, you get tired, you get overwhelmed, and it just gets to be too much at times. But they've streamlined everything. They gave me a packet with everything in it, telling me exactly what to do, exactly how to do it, which I need.
I've already started some of it. For an example, to communicate, sorry, I can't breathe, communicate with my clients. And when we have openings in the book, I send out a text message to the clients, and it's filled. The day is filled within not even a half an hour. So it's really working. It's costing me money to do it, but I'm recouping that money immediately. So that's one thing that's amazing. Another thing they told me to do was to send out for specials. I'm doing that. I'm already, again, cost money to send out these messages, but I've already recouped the money for my message. So those things are amazing. As Camilla mentioned, I'm gonna start doing classes. I've already had a videographer come in. He came in on Saturday and videotaped us cleaning and the whole process of what we do for our clients. Yep, so I've already got that done. He's told me I will be back in 2 weeks to do the class. So I am being held accountable for that. And I'm excited to do that. And I actually have one of my clients here who is always so excited for everything that I do. And she just, even when I'm interviewing, if she's here, she wants to be a part of it. So I have an awesome clientele. I don't want to give up. I don't want to lose. And everything is just really falling into place. And without that help of regenerating my excitement for my business and just really kind of what everyone else is saying, just falling in love with it again, reinventing ourselves as business owners and reinventing our businesses in this time of uncertainty. It's been amazing. So thank you, everybody. You guys did an awesome job.
Thank you. Awesome, Yurisha. So Oriana or someone else?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Camila, for the presentation. Thank you, everyone, for the opportunity. And I just want to clap for everyone for the job done. Every industry, every testimony was like a piece of learn for everybody. So I celebrate that, and also the opportunity that I have in this program. My team, everybody said their own team is the best, but I need to say that again. My team was the best. I was so happy because to see the passion on the work that all these girls put from my company, and give me the opportunity to open my eyes to some stuff that I for moments forget and maybe don't put too much attention, is bring me on road again, and with my power to give it to my client. And just, it's not just selling the product, is to help my clients, to empower them, to fed the community. So they help me to handle all those on my vision at the beginning. So now I can do it, and that's very grateful for me. So I thank God for you guys for the job done, and thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you, Oriana. I don't know if someone else wants to tell something more, or we can go and close. I think we're good to go, Rohan. Back to you.
Oh, we gotta
Okay.
Oh yeah,
let's do a
we're celebrating. Sorry. So I want to celebrate my cohort too. You did an amazing job. Thank you to all the students and the clients.
Thank you, Camila. So thank you, guys. Thank you, all the business coaches. Excellent business stories and great celebration. So kudos to all the effort from all the teams. I know they were typing in the chat, congratulating each other. This is great to see. With that, moving on to the next part of the agenda, which is thank you to the sponsors. And I'm not sure if HP is online. I know he was traveling, he was on flight, but HP, if you can make some comments.
I am online. I am online.
Hey, HP, thank you.
So I'm going to take my mask off for a second. I've been in the airport, excuse me. So you can just see my face. First of all, everybody, well done. What an amazing set of results, and how much hard work, and with any hard work, you get great results out of it. And I can see that. And I see a lot of pride, I see a lot of confidence, and I really wholeheartedly look forward to the results you'll get through the year with what happened. That's for the companies. And to the students, I just want to say thank you very much to the students also for all the hard work that you guys did. That was quite outstanding. And then, of course, the team from LISC and the team from my Excel mentors, you guys pulled lots of late nights, many hours to work and all that. And this couldn't have happened without all the leadership and all the coordination. But we should also thank the funders. And I don't know if this is my role, Rohan, but I will just make sure none of this can happen without any of the funding partners which supported what we did. So from our team at IXL Center, I mean, we really appreciate the support through LISC, through the funders. Karen, I'm going to let you do this, but I just want to make sure everybody, thank you very much, and it's a pleasure and a joy to have worked with you guys, and get those results. Get those results. Go. Till this virus will beat it, and we're going to do something much more than we were doing even before the virus. Thank you.
Thanks, HP.
You want me to jump in, Rohan?
Yeah, sure, Karen.
Take us home? Am I taking us home here?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for sharing all of your experiences. You have no idea how rewarding it is for those of us who have worked on this program to hear your stories. That's what it's all about for us. And these funders do make it possible, and we are really tremendously grateful for their support. But we also are absolutely looking for more, because we are in a moment where we are losing businesses at a rate of 20% of all businesses are closing, and for businesses of color, it's closer to 30 and 40%. So the point of this program now is to help these businesses survive and move forward. And all I hear is, yes, this is giving me a chance. I came in without a plan. I'm going out with a plan. I had a team that helped me develop smart ideas to be able to pivot and try new things and grow my demand. And I have a strategy now for surviving this. But where we're also going is helping to grow businesses, and back to that original strategy, because one of the things we have seen with almost every business is the importance of digital presence and the need for these teams to really get in the trenches with the business owner and help them build that capacity. That's not going to stop the day this program ends. Those business owners are going to have to continue to build that digital capacity. So the original intent of the program to be a digital growth accelerator to try to address the wealth gap is still undoubtedly where we're pivoting back to. But in the meantime, we have thousands of businesses that need strategies for surviving this crisis, and we don't want to lose businesses we don't have to lose. So these are tremendous partners of ours. We're looking for more. So if this is a program that you want to bring to your community, or that you think it should be expanded, we would love your partnership in trying to garner resources to make it possible. Last, I want to thank the IXL Center, because this is about the efforts of all of the people involved, but it's also about a very disciplined and structured planning process and a set of tools that are being used that are a part of why you're getting consistently good outcomes. We're lucky to have a partner like this in this program, and we have an unusual partnership marrying the community development world and the world that we live in with the consulting world that they live in. And those bridges need to happen, be more robust in our ecosystem here. We have tremendous strength in our business community in Greater Boston and in Massachusetts, and we have a very separate ecosystem for very small businesses. And we want to change that. We want to bring the resources of the entire ecosystem together with all the talents and growth potential of all of these businesses. So thank you to everyone for your participation in this cohort. Please sign up for that LinkedIn group and mark your calendars, because we are having a reunion on January 7th. And this is what I'm going to leave you with, because you have a plan now, and your job is to deliver on that plan. And if you're having challenges with it, we want you to come back to us, come back to whatever resources you've tapped into that are working for you. And you can come back to LISC in any event, and we will try to help you with your challenges. But we want to see where you've gotten to when we get to that reunion in January. We have so much fun watching you guys, especially because you're online when you implement your plans. We had Wally's Jazz Cafe in our last cohort, and every time they post that they're launching a part of their new strategy, we all share it and we get very excited about it. So don't leave us hanging. We need to know what's going on. Share your experiences when you have that first sale. Put it up on that LinkedIn site, or email your coach, or just communicate with your teams if you're staying in touch with them, because they're doing this so that you can have that moment. Please share it with them. And thank you to everyone who took the time to share this, this event with us today.
Thank you, Karen. I think just to close in, maybe before I unshare and open up so that everyone can share their cameras and we take pictures. Just one last note, we'll be sharing the program completion service with all of you. We would really want to get more of your feedback, how to improve. And another thing is we want to also give certificates to the teams and the businesses for completion of the program. And like Karen already mentioned about being connected with the program on the LinkedIn and Facebook group, we'll again give you access and links. If you aren't part of that, please join and please be part of the community. And last but not the least, refer us, connect us to the need businesses who are in need, and as well as student teams. So with that, let me unshare so that we all can open our cameras and we can take pictures before we close this event. Yay! Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you and congratulations.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Job well done.
Good job.
Bye-bye.
Well done. Yes.
I'm gonna miss everybody.
We're gonna miss
I
you
love
too.
that.
Okay, good.
Stay connected.
Thank you. Bye-bye.